going to be a video why I'll never be a full-time YouTuber. Now, in a perfect world, I get to a point where I'm financially stable enough to do YouTube full-time. That would be a dream. It would. But I think even if that comes around, let's say that comes to fruition. Let's say in a magical world, which will probably never happen, where I get a few 100,000 subscribers, can make a few $1,000s a month off this channel, be really profitable. You could probably start to entertain the idea of being full-time YouTube. One of the things that will always hold me back from ever making that plunge is, first off, I have a career that I really love. I love working on the water. It is truly a passion of mine. It's in my blood. Father worked as a captain for many years. Another reason, though, is the financial instability of being on a platform like YouTube and you being beholden to playing certain games. Now, I want to just, before I make any of my own statements, I want to make sure I'm not throwing shade at anybody when I say any of these things that I'm going to. I'm just merely speaking for myself here, right? So don't be like, oh, I'm attacking X, Y, Z. I'm not. I'm just giving you my honest perspective on it. A lot of YouTubers take certain deals, and it was actually interesting because there was a comment, I interacted with a comment and they talked about the BetterHelp and how a lot of content creators have taken BetterHelp advertisements, even though they're a really crappy company to work with. And if you know about BetterHelp, this isn't just like rumors. They actually they faced a $7 million fine for sharing HIPAA, or I should say breaking HIPAA violations and sharing private information. And even early on in BetterHelp, when it was like very, very popular, I think 2018, 2019, correct me a little bit on that timeline if I'm a little bit off by a few years, they didn't have licensed therapists. You had to vet them yourselves to make sure they were even licensed. Now they have kind of fixed that. You have to be licensed to be on that website and offer services. But with all the kind of the shady business practices, just the really rough start, and then even still selling information allegedly, it's just a brand I really would never work on. I actually made a video previously on this channel why I would never take any gambling advertisements. I was reached out, just for full transparency, I was reached out by a representative for BetMGM. They were willing to pay me, was it $3,000 to $5,000 a month, depending on the views, to advertise their app. And I just turned it down. Didn't even really entertain it because I think, personally, I'm speaking this from personal experience, I have seen gambling destroy families. I have seen it destroy livelihoods. I have very, 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 very close friends of mine that got into gambling and they got so addicted they gambled everything away. I don't feel comfortable ever supporting any type of gambling for many different reasons. I think the push on gambling as a whole on a younger audience is just, it would be irresponsible on my part. I just coach youth hockey. I try to make a positive impact on younger people's lives. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm like, well, I want the best for these young people, and then I'm here sitting on a show beholden to, well, make sure you get your parlays and all that stuff, and just being a massive hypocrite. It's one of the main reasons why I'll never, if I take an advertiser, this probably will never happen because I'm a smaller channel, but if I do take an advertiser, I'm going to use their brand. That's a big thing. Like, I'm going to use their brand. Former YouTubers I have worked with, and I understand because it's a financial incentive and you want to get over. Like, they'll be promoting products they don't even use. And I feel like I'd be doing everybody dirty if I'm sitting here promoting a product, yet I don't really believe in the product. Now, if, I don't know, for example, I like Bauer ice skates, right? Let's just use Bauer. Like, if I like some of their product, I have like a CCM stick. Easton, I used to play with that when I was younger. Like, if there's an actual product I use and enjoy, okay, cool. I mean, even a hat, right? Like, if this hat company reached out to me, like, hey, like, we'd like to do an ad, that'd be okay because I'm actually using their product. I just get very uncomfortable trying to portray something as like this great thing when I've never used it, or when I do use it, it's just a sub-tier product. It's not something I would ever utilize in a day-to-day. And lastly, if I'll be really frank, main reason why a lot of YouTubers have to take these advertisers, and this is why I don't like to throw shade, because I understand they fully bought into this system, they fully bought into being full-time YouTubers. YouTubers revenue, the YouTube revenue can be very iffy, right? Certain months when you're getting a certain, like, a couple dollars or $3, $4, $5 per 1,000 views, it can be very volatile. And some months advertisers want to put a lot of money in because that's the hot season. But then during the lean months, you're going to be seeing less of a return on your hard work. And I think it just leaves too much up in the air for financial stability. Because when I go work on the boats, I know what I'm going to make for a month. I know what I'm going to make for my day rate. So I can kind of take that into account, be like, okay, like this is what I'm going to make each month. And then I can build my life around here. And then, like, whatever I make off of YouTube, which is not much. I mean, this month is looking to be probably my best I've ever had on the channel. Even that's not going to be, you could not live off of it. Even with that, it's like, the YouTube stuff's just a nice little add-on, right? So I can maybe buy a PC, a new PC, or buy something to kind of invest back into the channel. Or other projects I'm kind of working on. Outside of that, it's just, I think it's just such a volatile market. And just the honest truth of it is this as well. While I would love to believe that I could keep an audience engaged for years and years and years, but there is a certain amount of fatigue viewers will get over time. Like, YouTubers will have hot moments, cold moments, grow, decrease, especially if you have any type of controversy that can be definitely put things in a whirlwind, for example. But, let's just say you're a clean YouTuber. Whether you make great content or not, sometimes a viewer over a period of time, like, okay, I've kind of had enough of this content creator. It might not because it's not like I hate them or anything like that. It's just the content's gotten boring for me in that sense. Now, as someone that makes videos, you have to try to keep things engaging and try different things so it doesn't get to that point for a viewer. But, that's just the truth. Over a period of time, like, you'll watch, like, the History Channel, for example, right? The whole Pawn Stars thing. I know people that watch that like crazy. I used to watch Pawn Stars like crazy because I just thought it was entertaining. Did I think it was completely realistic? No. But after a period of time, I stopped watching it. It's not because I didn't like the show anymore. It's just like, it's the same thing over and over again. And maybe that's a little bit different because I'm talking about current events and things of that nature. But just the instability of YouTube revenue as a whole. And at any point in time, YouTube can be like, you can't do this type of content anymore, and then you're screwed. That's another thing. And that's the beauty in what the hockey guy does. Sits in front of a whiteboard, talks hockey. You can't take that away. Now, with the channel I'm doing, just being honest, I use clips, I use footage. Some of the videos I'll put up there regardless if it's monetized because I think it's just easier to explain the plays or explain like a certain aspect of the game. But if that goes away and they no longer allow clips, all us people that use these clips this heavily, they're gone. It's actually one of the main reasons why you'll see more in-camera person things from me, or I should say in-person camera things from me, because I don't want to just be a one-trick pony. I want to diversify and even just improve over time as a creator. But with all of the, I would say, the cons of YouTube, and whether it comes to there's some of the shady advertisers you have to take because you need to make money, the monetization system as a whole, and then just my own career that I thoroughly enjoy, I just don't think I'd ever become a full-time YouTuber for that reason. I believe in being financially stable. I believe in being able to be comfortable, and constantly worrying about watching the numbers, it would drive me insane. It would drive me absolutely insane. I don't know, who knows? Maybe if I make a podcast and I'm making millions off that someday, not gonna happen. maybe my tune changes, but as of right now, it's one of the main reasons why I don't think I'll ever become a full-time YouTuber, because, like, first off, I'm a small channel anyways. Don't really see myself ever blowing up to a huge amount of subscribers. I mean, it'd be amazing if it did, but I don't see that happening. It's just, there's too much in the air for me to ever really kind of fully buy in. But I'd like to know your thoughts. I mean, if you guys had a YouTube channel where you were making a few $1,000s a month, would you go full-time YouTuber, or would you kind of always have at least some type of job to give yourself some stable income? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate all the new subscribers. I'm almost at 7,000 subscribers, which is awesome. It's been a little under a couple years since I've really been consistently making videos on this channel. So I really appreciate all the new people that have come through, and I appreciate all the love and even the hate. Captain Paul, see you in the next one.